Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us and welcome to another edition of What's Happening Wednesday. This is another weekly roundup show I like to do in this channel, which gives me the perfect opportunity to do exactly that. Keep you guys updated with things that I found going on in the world of Transformers, and of course I'll let you know what's happening with this YouTube channel. Talking of which, I've got a couple of 3-0 figures lined up. I should get the Siang Scorponok done at some point, hopefully before the weekend, as well as fingers crossed getting a look at the Mini Predaking and indeed the the original Beast Wars Magmatron as well. So, other thing as well, guys, don't forget I'm going to be at In-Demand Stores this Saturday. Looking forward to seeing the shop inside, getting some reviews done and hopefully some exclusives at the same time. Talking of shops, this is Showzi's pre-order page. This is where you can get everything apart from mainline Studioseries and Generations. So you can see there, they've got the Studio 01 or Studio Cell Unicron. They've got the Doctor Wu figures. They've got the Kang Toys Dinobots. They've got Fans Toys. They've got official Takara Masterpiece Rat Trap, including Fans Hobby G.I. Joe figures as well. They haven't just got Transformers, they've got everything on there. There's the orderly model kits. Again, there's some more G.I. Joe there. There is every single company that is taking on the Constructicons this year. You can have a look at that. As well as I say, 3-0 figures. This is the Blockies, but they're called Blocks on there because of course I think that's their Chinese name. This is Yolo Park, and indeed, as I've already mentioned, 3-0. So loads of things available on there, guys. It is well worth checking out, and don't forget of course that you can get your own points, build them up to get free toys. So you can also go for premium member and get 3 points for every, I think it's $1 you spend. And indeed, if you type Toys R Us in there, it massively helps me out. Right, the first bit of news then is another Bearbrick collaboration. Now, since I've been doing this channel, I've definitely seen a few of these. This one is a 400% size increase of the figure. It is transformable. It's just under a foot tall. It's 28 centimeters, but it's going to be about $231, and it's planned for release in February. So this one does transform. As I say, this is a crossover with the famous brand in Japan. There you go, Bearbrick. It is Optimus, and of course there he is in all of his glory. Nice and simple, nice and cutesy, and again very niche, but people I'm sure will go for it. Okay, tfnation in the UK, we've confirmed, I say we, haven't obviously, that was just because I'm in the UK, but it's not me. They have confirmed that Scott McNeil will be attending, and of course, Beast Wars and Beast Machines, fan favourite Rat Trap and Dinobot. Now, I can't help it, guys. Whenever I see that image, all I can see is Shawn Michaels from the WWE. But there you go. I'm going to get to meet him in person because I'm going to be at tfnation. And yeah, I wonder if he does look like Shawn Michaels. We will see. This has been floating around for a couple of days, but again, they are all official. And funnily enough, it's from In-Demand Toys in the UK. This is the new packaging for your Earthspark figures, which I think is much better, to be honest. I know some of the ones that, again, I've not really done the deluxe ones, but the Warrior ones with just the full open front, I'm not too much of a fan of them, in all honesty. Right, this is something that I've had since the weekend, but I was hoping that we'd get more detailed pictures, but we actually haven't. But I wanted to show you them anyway. Talking of Yolo Park, so it seems at the moment that anybody who's got a license from Hasbro and Takara, they're just, obviously Blockies, they're just absolutely smashing it, loads of different figures. Yolo Park started off, I think, with movie figures. I could have been wrong, but of course they've just started the AMK stuff, and they started the smaller models, the 12 centimeter ones, last year with just the main characters. Whereas now, as again, they've got the license, they've gone nuts. So we've got a little Bumblebee, we've got Starscream. I think they were the original ones, but that might be a different Toy Deco Optimus Prime. But as you can see, and I think we've seen prototypes of these, we've now got a whole host of other figures joining the cast. And they're not just from the Generation 1 series, we've also got IDW iterations, we've also got more movie bots. And as you can see there, this was all taken at the Toy Fair over the weekend just gone. This was the Yolo Park stall. Again, I was really expecting to see quite a few more images, but unfortunately not. But again, they are great. I've reviewed a few Yolo Park figures. Granted, none of the smaller ones. It is something else that I am, got to confess, I'm trying to not get into, because I really do like the Blockies, but they do look very good, and they are officially licensed products. This is just for a bit of fun. This, funnily enough, was the brand mascot parade from the Nuremberg Toy Fair at the weekend. And what's interesting, so for 2025 they chose Barricade, which again is very strange, because it was something, well, have a look at him. They chose to do this. The Hasbro thing went for Barricade, movie designs, but of course he looks far more like Alternator's Wheeljack. Now, I have no idea why they chose that. They could have chose you know, literally any other character, any other you know, that, but for some reason they've chose that, so I don't know if it means anything. It's I suppose here, we're yet to hear from Transformers Cyber World whether it's like a nod to that, or it could have just been completely coincidental. Somebody decided that they wanted to be Barricade. However, if all of a sudden we get a new Barricade figure, perhaps they were hinting something to us. Right, for those of you who are still watching the Transformers 1 stop motion, if you head to their YouTube channel or Tformers, you can watch the next episode, which is already up. And also, while we're on tfomers.com, this is something, I don't know if in the US, but there was like a saying around in the 80s or 90s, if you were like on a game show and you didn't win anything, or you got to the final prize and you didn't win it, they said, oh, here, let's take a look at something that you could have won, which was always a bit of a rubbing the salt in the wound, shall we say. And I feel that that's a little bit like what this is, but I'm also showing it you because A, I think it's fantastic, and B, I'm saying it with my knowledge of games isn't the greatest, but is it possible, do you think, for another company to take what they've got here? So this is the cancelled Reactivate game. I mean, because they've put so much work into it, do you think it could be possible that any other company could come, you know, and I suppose resurrect it, shall we say? Some of these images, though, go as far back as 2018. So all of these are from Tformers. There's way more than what I'm about to show you. We've got Ratchet, Ironhide, Windblade, and Shockwave. So this is, as I say, there you go, look, early 2018. That's crazy. So yeah, well over, what's that, 7 years in the making this game has been. There's actual gameplay of the character there. There's some proper full rendered images of them. Windblade, she looks amazing. That's saying 2019 approx. So you can see it. They've obviously been spent so much time on it, so much work. One of my favourite characters there, Shockwave. And again, it's never going to come to fruition. It is a bit like salt in the wounds, but now they've changed it to 2020 when it was called Rise. Oh yeah, because it was Rise, then it was Reactivate, etc. Just wonder, there seems to be so much in there, so much work they've put into it. Their fingers crossed. There you are, now on Blue Sky 2018. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll actually get that in the future. I'd like to think so, because it looks like so much work has gone into them. On to third party then. Dr. Wu's Weibo page have put their other take up of their cassettes. Again, I've got this version coming. I think it's slightly delayed, obviously, due to Chinese New Year, but I will be reviewing these. And again, the interesting thing about these is not only do they combine like the G1 originals, but I also believe that individual cassettes, they do fit into either Soundwave or Blaster's cassette deck from the Kingdom versions. Right, for those of you who've not seen my video on Vine Kaiser, obviously that's already up, but if you want to see some images of the figure posed very, very well, which I can't do, head to Iron Factory's Weibo page as well. And there's quite a few of them, which you can see. There we go, guys. That pretty much rounds up the news for today. As always, if anything massive drops between now and tomorrow, I will let you know in due course. But of course, thank you very much for the support. Take care.